All right, somebody still got talking in the background. Like a TV or a man's voice. All right, welcome to our call tonight. My name is Cindy Sparling, and I am super excited that we have so many consultants on the phone with us tonight, or on the line with us, whatever this is, the internet with us tonight. Welcome to our training tonight to maximize the results from your virtual parties. So let me ask you guys a question. Do you ever feel like you're posting on your virtual parties and then praying? Praying for a response, praying that somebody will interact, praying that somebody will play the games, or praying that somebody will make a purchase? Well, we're going to change that tonight. If you're feeling that way on your virtual parties, we are going to stop that process right now and change it. So we are so very fortunate that we have the fabulous Donna Cooper with us tonight, who has prepared some great, really good information for you guys. I'm really, really excited. So I'm just going to do a short little kind of getting started, and then we are going to move on to how you can maximize those results. So let's kind of start in the very beginning with some tips on scheduling and organizing the days in your virtual parties. Okay, so I'm going to recommend to you guys that you book parties every week. Okay, consistency is so key in this business, because once you establish consistency in your business, you don't have to spend time trying to figure out where those next shows are going to come from. You will get the bookings from your current shows. Okay, and that's where you want to be. So I'm going to recommend that you make a habit of booking 3 to 5 parties each week. What seems to be working the best right now for most people is to start those parties on Monday and end them on Sunday night. Okay, a 7-day virtual party. So you do pre-posts on Sunday, you'd have the weekend for your host to get their guests invited, do some pre-posts on Sunday, and then Monday morning, 8 a.m., boom, the party officially starts and runs until the following Sunday. Now, you can certainly change that up. You can run a 3-day virtual party, a 5-day virtual party, or if you want to run it longer than that, you certainly can. But what I have learned from several on our team is by starting them every Monday, it allows you to start a new group of parties every week. And it's much more manageable, and you can get more parties in for the month that way. So hopefully that makes sense to everybody. In case you haven't, the other thing I wanted to say about that is when you are booking those 3 to 5 parties a week, that naturally takes care of cancellation. If you have a party that doesn't make, or you have a party that cancels. I just had that happen this week, just a bizarre situation. We're halfway through her party and she wants to cancel, and I'm going, what in the world? We're halfway through. And she said, my husband and I split up this week and he has stolen my son. Okay, so this party's going to fall off the cliff right now because she is not going to be engaged. So when things like that happen, if you're booking those 3 to 5 parties a week, you still have enough parties that you make your goals as a consultant. Okay? So we did add just recently, Carolyn and her fabulous son, I want to give him a lot of credit, added 5 more days to our outline. So the way our virtual party outline is working right now, we have a basic 7-day outline that was posted the beginning of June. You can use that. It's there for new consultants, a basic new consultant outline, and you will just need to change up the specials from month to month. But 5 new days were posted. So if you're kind of tired of that, or you feel like you want to change things up, you can mix and match the days or the posts any way you want them. There are 12 days there right now for you to choose from. Okay, so you can kind of individualize it, make it your own. But there's new things to add for those repeat shows and repeat customers. The other thing I just wanted to kind of chat about real quickly is organizing your day in your parties. Because there's certain things you want to make sure you're including every day in your parties. So you're obviously going to start every morning about 8 a.m. with a welcome post of some sort. Okay, and I like to put the link in there, or you can award tickets to whoever posts the link for you, whatever you want to do. But I kind of like to take responsibility for that myself. So I do personalize that particular post to make sure that the actual party links for that specific party show up in there. I'm just trying to make it easy for people to go to that website and order. So you'll start with that welcome post, and then you're going to want to include 4 to 6 product posts a day. Okay, one of the biggest feedbacks I got from the first couple months of experimenting with these virtual parties is that we weren't showing them enough product. Okay, so we have really upped the product posts that are in this recent outline. So 4 to 6 product posts a day. Of course, if somebody's asking to see something, throw it in there. Or we have a new product that just came out that's hot, throw it in there. You want to start a new game each day, so make sure every day, and we recommend 1 o'clock p.m. that you start that game, because what you will see happening is the guests will quickly figure out 1 o'clock every day there's going to be a new game posted, and they're going to be in there, and you will see your notifications blowing up about 1:02. They're all starting to post answers to that. So you want to do it at the same time every day so they know what's going to happen, and they're looking for that and they're used to it. And I really, really, really want to encourage you to end those games in a timely manner. Do not let a game go on for 2 or 3 or 4 days. You need to end that game before the next one starts. Okay, they need to realize this is going to be wham, bam, bam. You play the game now, and the next one will be posted at 1 p.m. Also, we want to make sure that you are including a recipe every day. The guests love getting these recipe ideas. And there's just a wealth of information, tons and tons and tons of recipes you can pull off of Consultant's Corner. So if you don't happen to like the particular one that's in the party plan, just go pull one off Consultant's Corner. Any product you want to feature, pull a recipe or a seasonal. Like I saw a lot of people posting 4th of July recipes, and that was awesome this week. So you can go pull there anything. But, you know, the nice thing about giving them a recipe is they feel like they're getting a service from us. They feel like we're just not all about the order, that we want to provide a service to our customers. And that recipe every day does that. It lets them know you want to provide something for them in exchange. We also recommend you have some sort of tip every day. It can be some sort of food tip or household tip or cleaning tip or cooking tip or whatever, just anything that you want to do, because there again, you are providing a service to your guests. And they love that. And then about 8 o'clock at night, that's when we typically do about the last post. That post should be either a post about booking a party or a post about the business. So you kind of want to alternate those posts from one day.
I'm going to have to move that plant.
So we've got, I think, Patricia, if you can put yourself on mute, that would be awesome. So we want to, if you posted about booking a party today, then tomorrow you would want to post something about the business opportunity and then go back to bookings again, okay? So does that kind of make sense to everybody? Can I get some nods so I know you guys are all with me on that? Okay, I see a few nods. That's good. So we can, if you have any questions on how to organize your days, we can come back to that. The thought I want to leave you with here, and I'm going to share a little personal story with you, is more is better. In this case, okay? More posting is better than less posting, because we all know they're not going to see every single thing you post. It's going to be very hit or miss who sees what. Okay, so, and what we're finding is the more we post, the more engaged they are and the better the results are. So I would encourage you to go ahead and post at least every hour to every hour and a half throughout the day, from 8 a.m. to 8 or 9 p.m., okay? And I got to tell you a little story, because I have a past host who just held a virtual party for me about a month and a half ago. And she has had really good parties, live parties, cooking parties in the past for me. And she said, Cindy, I want to try this virtual party. So I said, okay. And so we got her all ready to go. And she says, now, Cindy, I got to tell you a couple things. She says, no more than 3 posts a day, period. No more than 3 posts a day. And she said, in those games have to go. And I said, Casey, there's no point in us doing this if we only post 3 times a day and we don't play the game. I said, and she says, I know what I'm talking about. This is what I do for a living. I'm trained in social media. And I said, well, you may be trained in social media. I said, but Casey, you're just going to have to trust me here. We know what works for us in our Pampered Chef world. And to keep your guests engaged, we need those games. They will love it. You may think they're silly, but your guests will love those games. And also, the more we post, the more they'll see. I said, Casey, these people who are coming to this virtual party are your friends, not mine. So they're not necessarily going to see everything I post. It's going to be real hit or miss. So we need to post enough that enough people see enough of the post that we get good results with the party. So I kind of explained it to her that way, and I said, Casey, you're just going to have to trust me on this one if we're going to do this. And she said, okay, I will go with you on this. Well, she had a $900 and some virtual party. Okay, so she is like eating her words. So I just want to leave you with that thought. So if you ever get a host that's trying to say to you, don't do this and don't do that, don't be afraid to speak up and say, we know what works. Okay, we want you to have a successful party, and we know this is the way to do it. So I just wanted to share that with you. I am going to turn this over to our most fabulous Donna Cooper, because she put together some information for you guys that when I looked through it, I thought, oh my gosh, this is incredible. I am just so excited to have her share with you all. So Donna, I am going to turn it over to you.
Okay, well, thank you. And don't believe everything Cindy says. I'm not that fabulous, and I'm really good to my team is Hot Mess Express. So I am a hot mess, so make no doubt. Okay, but again, I just want to reiterate everything that Cindy just said tonight so far for you guys, and and I want to encourage you, if you do get a host like Cindy just talked about, to really take the lead on that and let them know that you're an expert in your field, and you know what's going to be right for their party, and just to get them to trust you, because that's super important. But one of the things in talking with Cindy that we just really wanted to talk about is several ways for you guys to interact with not only the host of your virtual party, but the guest of your virtual party. Those are two very different components, but they're both really, really important. And it's so important for you guys to communicate during the course of your virtual party, because it gets your guest excited and it's going to get your host excited. And it just directs the energy of the party and helps to assist your host getting the most free and half-price products possible. And that is, in essence, why they hired. I mean, this is your job, and they have hired you to get them free pampered chef. And so that's what you need to focus on delivering, because when you do that for them, they're going to be really, really happy. And they're going to tell their friends, hey, go with Janice, man. She got me $115 in free products. So, they talk, so you need to know that going in. So it kind of broke the party down by sections. And I kind of wanted to touch base in each little section that I thought you could really maximize your, just interaction and help maximize those sales and possible recruits. So the first thing I'm going to talk about, I hate to be the dead horse, but the dead horse is going to be talking about host coaching and party prep. How many times do we talk about host coaching? All the time. I know you guys hear it and you're like blue in the face, but it is so, so, so important for you to be communicating with your hosts before the party. If you're not a telephone person or an in-the-face person, that's okay. Shoot them a message and just, drop them a line. Hey, Lisa, I'm so excited about your party coming up. I can't wait to party with you and your friends. When you do little things like that, you're starting to kind of close that gap, and you're starting to build that relationship with that host and let them know that they're excited, and then they'll be like, oh, well, Cindy's excited to do my party. I'm excited to have you, because excitement is going to feed off excitement. So it's always super important for you guys to communicate with your host. And I tend to look at doing it in layers. So I always send out a host packet to my hosts, even my virtual hosts. I think this is so important because I want my virtual host to be treated just like a host, because I want sales just like an in-home party. So by me sending out a host packet, number one, it's letting them know that, hey, I'm taking this serious. This is my job. I want you to get free products. I've thought about you ahead of time. I'm not just whimsically throwing together a party the very first thing of the morning. And so, I send them out a catalog. I send them out a copy of the host special. the guest special of the month, because they need to know what they need to be excited about as far as earning potential, and then two, their guests, what they can get. I always include a piece of recruiting material like the Join Us pamphlet, and I always include a kit credit coupon. So those get put in there as well, because we all know that our host is our greatest recruit potential. Chances are many of you were a host and decided to join the business. So I also like to include the fundraiser flyer, just because a lot of people don't know we do fundraising. And I include a recipe card. You can order them off online, and they're just super cute and simple. And one of the most important things that I think I do is I always include a handwritten note to each and every post. I know, old school, right? But there's just something about either getting something in the mail or something in your package and opening it up and it not being a $200 electric bill that really gets people excited. So when you take that time to write your host a handwritten note, I mean, it's showing them that you value their business, and it's just that great personal touch to show them that you appreciate them. Because again, we're talking about building relationships here. So I normally pick up my note cards at either Michael's. Michael's has the cutest ones.
Donna, you just froze on us. Let's give her a minute and see if that works itself out.
McKinney, and we're really having a bad storm down here.
Yep.
So she might be getting affected by that.
Let me see if I'm trying to figure out how to send her a note. Donna, you are frozen and have disappeared from us. She may have to come back in. So you guys be patient. Hang here with us for a minute, because we are having a thunderstorm.
Cindy, I just sent her a note to let her know she was frozen, but I'm not sure if she'll even see that.
I'll text her too. Real quick. Y'all just hang tight.
I just sent her a text.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. You're faster than me.
While we're waiting, can somebody tell me about the kit credit that she was referring to, keep getting in the host packet, please?
Yes. If you go online to the under selling and recruiting, and then go to the recruiting experience, there's all kinds of little links to recruiting materials there, and one of them is the host kit credit. And it's just a little coupon that you can download, and you can email it to your host, or you can print out a copy of it and put it in the host packet like Donna was just referring to. And what it is a host can take either $25 or $50 of her free product earned and apply it for that same amount off of one of the starter kits. So many times when people host a show and then decide they want to get started in the business, that is an option to get a reduced price on the kit, which is a tremendous value to our hosts who decide to sign up. And sometimes just sending them that kit credit and taking the time to explain that to them will get a host to sign up that might not ordinarily decide to join the business. So that's what that is all about. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. Thank you. I needed that clarification.
You are very welcome. Okay, I hate we've lost Donna, and I'm really hoping she's going to come back in here. I'm sure she's just talking away and doesn't realize that she's frozen to us. Let me see if I still show her in the list. Who knows what Donna's phone number ends with, the last 4 digits? Anybody?
0557.
I saw a message come across when she left the meeting.
Yeah, I don't even see her in here now. Let me try to message her too. Maybe if enough of us do it. Oh, she said power out, booting back up. Okay, so Donna is trying to get back on with us. So hopefully her power must have gone out. We had this big pop of lightning. So you guys bear with us. We weren't anticipating a storm tonight. I didn't even know it was supposed to rain here. Oh, she's back. Donna, are you back?
I told you, I'm a hot mess.
We're so glad you're back.
I was sitting here and I was just on a roll, and that big crash of thunder and everything was gone.
Oh gosh, well we're glad you're back. I just clarified what the KIT credit was.
Awesome, thank you.
We've been talking about while you were gone, and I was just looking at the notes trying to figure out where you dropped off in case I had to try to recover for you.
Okay, well I will jump back in then. How exciting. Okay, so thank you for clarifying the KIT credit. I was talking about how I pick up little note cards at either Michael's or Target to do my handwritten notes for my host. And so some of you might really struggle with, oh my gosh, what am I going to write on a handwritten note to someone? So I'm going to tell you exactly what I say, which I cannot take credit for. Crystal Jackson passed this on to me, which she got from another consultant. But I'm going to tell you guys what I put, and then I will post it on the Sparling page so that you guys can use it. But I put something like this. Susie, thank you so much for hosting a virtual party. My goal is to help ensure that your guests have a great time and that you earn lots of products for free and have a prize. I also wanted you to know that your party is helping me earn a trip to Puerto Rico. How cool are you? My family said thank you. I can't wait to party with you and your friends. Talk soon. Donna. It's super simple. It lets them know that I have a goal for the party. It lets them know what my goals are and what I'm trying to achieve. And I can't tell you how many people have asked me during parties, live and virtual, oh, Donna, tell us about that trip you're trying to earn. People want to know, and there's a lot of people that when you tell them about this, it's going to spike their interest in what you're doing and what you're working on. So the second layer that I like to add to host communication is lots of times I will create a virtual party host group. And I normally only do that if I have 2 or more hosts that are doing their parties at the same time. Like Cindy says, I start my parties and I run them from Monday to Sunday. And so if I normally try and have multiple ones going at the same time. If I do, I set up a totally separate Facebook group for them and I add them all to the group. And then I use Susan Pham's host coaching outline. So if you don't have that, I will be sure and post a link to that because she has graciously shared that with us to be able to use. But it's really a great outline just to kind of let your hosts know what the benefits of hosting a party is, what the expectation can be for them, how they can do different little things throughout the party to try and help increase their sales. And the nice thing about it is when you set it up as a group, you can also post it through SenseShare. So you don't have to remember, oh, I got to do my host posting today. You just schedule it through SenseShare every time you have a new party group going, and it posts automatically. And then 2, it's a great outlet. So if hosts have questions, they can also, ask them on that group page. So, okay. So does that kind of make sense how I kind of treat my hosts and all of that? And if you guys have questions, we'll definitely address those at the end. So now on to communication with guests during the party. Okay, so this is so important. Cindy said something. What did you say, Cindy? Post and pray?
Post and pray.
When she told me that, I about died because that was me when I first did my first virtual party. I was post and pray. I'd send that post out there and I'd be like, oh, Lord, please let someone comment on my post. And so, that's not the way you really want to approach it. You want to be proactive in getting people engaged in the party because the more you get them engaged, the more you're going to have as far as excitement and interaction, and that's what's going to help generate sales. So, kind of just go through some of the sections that I like to try and interact with hosts and some tips for that. So kind of broke it up. The first section I said was like the welcome. There's always a welcome post at the very first of your virtual party, welcoming everyone. And Cindy, I know you said you had a special tip for welcoming guests into your party. Do you want to talk about that real quick?
Oh, I would love to. So one of the first things I ask my hosts to do when I notify them that their party's set up and I invite them to them, and I do that individually. I do message each host individually, and I have the full script I just paste in that says, I've set up your virtual party. Now's the time to invite your millions of friends, well, at least 100 to 200. And, you know, I kind of go through that. And I said, once you invite your friends, the very next step is to post a welcome message from you. Okay, because I want them to set up a separate new comment as a welcome message to their friends. And sometimes they do an amazing job. They really do good with this. And so they kind of take a little bit of ownership here. But what happens is lots of people view that post because they're posting it rather than me, and their friends are all seeing it. So I wait until there's maybe 25, 30 views, sometimes more, on that welcome post that she posts. And then I go in and like it. And then I post a thank you to her there and a thank you to all the guests, because I know that tons and tons of people will see that, whereas in my original welcome post that I posted, maybe only 10 people saw that. So it's just a little tip that more people will see it that way.
Awesome. That is such a great tip. And while we're kind of on this whole welcome section, let's talk about host inviting real quick. And this wasn't on my notes, and I'm just going to kind of breeze through it real quick. But you need to encourage your host that they need to invite everyone that eats. Okay, obviously they're not going to invite everybody in the world that eats, but you need to shoot to have a great party. You need to shoot between 125 and 225 guests. That's the sweet spot, okay? Because if you don't have that many in your party, you're not going to have enough views and activity to keep people interested. And then you're not going to have enough sales. I really try and discourage people from inviting over 225 unless they're really going to be super involved, because you kind of hit that zone when you go over 225. If you've ever had parties that large, you'll start noticing that you can't see who all is viewing the post, and that's because there's just so many people on the party that Facebook almost kind of filters it more than they do when it's in that 125 to 225 zone. So, you know, encourage them and tell them, and they'll be like, oh, I don't know, I don't have 125 people that can eat, that cook. And I'll be like, oh, well, do none of your friends like eat? Because my friends all eat. And we all drink too, like wine and cocktails, and I have a fun group of friends. So invite everybody that eats and drinks. And, you know, and I explain to them that this is a sweet zone that they need to invite people.
Can I just share something that you reminded me of, Donna, there? I'll share some home office numbers, because the home office is monitoring our virtual parties very closely, because they're trying to figure out what works and what doesn't work, and where we're going with this and what the potential is. And here's pretty much what they have found, that of the people invited, 20% of the people invited to the party will participate actively. Okay, and of that 20%, so if you invite 100 people, we're talking about 20, right? 20%. Of that 20% who actively participate, 1/2 of them will order. So we're talking about 100 people invited, 20 actively participate to get 10 orders. Okay, so those are the real numbers. So it's very, very important that they're inviting enough people to that party without going to the extreme that people don't feel personally invited.
Right. And that is one of the first things I always look at when my host, I open it up and I let them know, like Cindy does, I send them a personal message. That's one of the very first things that I start keeping tabs on, is how many people are they inviting. And if I pop in there and it's been several hours and they only have 60, I'm Johnny on the spot, and I'm messaging them. Hey, Cindy, I saw that you invited some friends. Don't forget, our goal is to get that number over 100 so we can make sure and have you lots of friends, lots of fun, and lots of free and half-price products. I always try and tie it into the F's, friends, fun, food, and free. So, so just keep tabs on that, because, that's how you're going to ensure that you're going to have enough people there and get the results you want. But back to our welcome, there's always a welcome post at the beginning of every party, and it's normally something like, tell us who you are and how you know our host. You know what I'm talking about. I'm going to let you guys know that it is super important that when people say, oh, I know Janice because we served in the military together and whatever, that you acknowledge that. Don't just go and like that. Never, ever, ever let an opportunity to start a conversation up with someone pass you by. You're doing a disservice to yourself and to your business and to your host. So if someone comments on there, you need to talk to them and say, oh, I love Janice. I met Janice through another party. What's your favorite paper chef product? Do you have any products that you love? And then they'll come back and either say, no, I don't have any, and then you can tell them you're about to blow their mind, or they'll tell you some of their favorite products, and you can engage even further. Oh, yes, I love the deep covered baker. What's your favorite thing to cook in that? Don't be so quick just to like that comment and move on to the next thing. The more engaged you're going to be able to get your party goers, the better results you are going to have. And two, it's making them feel like, and you are, it's not just the way of making them feel, that you're actually interested in what they have to say, in what they like, in what, who they are. You're not just there to get their credit card and go on about your way. So be sure and engage with people in those welcoming posts, and don't just like them. Okay, so the next section is games. Games are an amazing opportunity for you and your guests. You should be engaging in all of those games and telling people on the guessing games, higher, lower, giving hints, and kind of spurring on that feeling of competition, especially if you have certain people that you're seeing, like they'll post and then they'll post and then they'll post and they'll post to kind of get this little battle going. Embrace that little battle and spur that competition on. People love it. It makes it more fun. And it's just going to create more excitement in your party, and more people are going to want to get in on the game. It just creates more fun. So, I always like doing something like, oh no, Susie, Karen's giving you a run for your money with your guesses. You better not let her win. So doing that kind of thing is fun. And then with like the family feuds, I always give tips. And again, every time someone guesses, if it's wrong, I do 2 X's, kind of like on the Family Feud show like they do. And if it's right, I always go on there and say, congratulations, you got the number 1 answer. You get 10 raffle tickets and 10 more for getting the top answer of the game. And so I always let people know if they've gotten an answer right. And then if I get down to the end and there's a few left, I give hints on those. So don't just, like Cindy said at the beginning of the party, don't just let those parties sit out there and 2 days later, no one's still gotten number 5 of what's a great food for 4th of July barbecue. Give hints to those, because people are going to get bored with that, and it almost makes it look like you're not interested. And so if you're not interested, they're not going to be interested, right? So product questions and comments is my next thing I wanted to touch on. And this is...
Whoa. Donna, you are frozen again. Let me text her. Oh, she knows it. She knows it. So she'll be back on. So let's see if I can pick up for a minute so you guys just don't have to wait. This weather is certainly not cooperating with us tonight. But she's got questions, product questions and comments. And this is huge. So if somebody says something like, I have the garlic press and I love it, please don't not acknowledge that. This is an opportunity for you to strike up a conversation and start building a relationship with that person. And if somebody's, she says you could respond with something like, oh, I have that too, and I can't imagine my kitchen without that product. What is your favorite or favorite recipe to prepare with garlic? So do you see how she's getting her guests engaged in a conversation based on what they say? And after they comment, you can say something like, oh, that sounds awesome. Could you share that recipe with us again? So, and I love it when the guests will share recipes, because then they get everybody else going. I mean, they love hearing from each other and not just from us. So again, make sure you're staying engaged, and when a guest comments or talks about anything you've posted, be all over that to encourage additional comments and conversations. So let's see here. I love this term she used. It's called playful interacting. And she says, never miss the opportunity to be engaged. Maybe you have a class clown in your party. You guys all had that happen before, where you have this one person that's like making jokes and posting funny comments and teasing the other people. Sometimes it might be sisters engaging in a little bit of battle with each other or things like that. Never miss that opportunity to pull them out and really take advantage of that when it's going on, because everybody's noticing it and watching it and getting involved. And here she says, there are no magic words to say. It's just you interacting with them and encouraging more interaction. And this is the same thing we've done for years in our live parties. So you can't just hide behind a computer because you're running a virtual party, or hide behind that phone. You've still got to get out there and interact and engage those guests. So are we back yet, Donna? I'm sure she's trying to get back in, so hopefully she will get here soon. The next thing that she talked about is the business opportunity. And there's always a gateway to discuss the business opportunity in each party, and really more than once. I love to tease people. I actually did it today. I had a person go onto a party that's closed out. It's been closed out for over a week. And she got the egg slicer, and she sliced mozzarella balls with the egg slicer and put them on top of this recipe, and then went back into that party and posted it and wrote about it. Well, I was all over that, and I'm going, oh my gosh, I think I see consultant material here. Okay, and we got into a little chat about the business. So always take advantage of these opportunities to bring the business up as well, because a lot of consultants are coming into our business through these virtual parties. Consultants who did not see themselves doing live cooking shows, or people who didn't see themselves doing that, are now seeing, I could do this virtual party. I could do it this way. So you don't want to miss the boat. You want to make sure that you are getting that opportunity out there a lot throughout the party, so that you get your guests thinking about it. It takes us to hear something 3 to 5 times, even as adults. We have to hear something 3 to 5 times before that little light bulb goes off and we're going, oh, maybe I should think about the business. Or, oh, maybe I should look at one of those kits. So it takes repetition for people to get it and realize that. So always be open to discussing it, and do everything you can to encourage questions. You obviously want to include a post from some of those scripts that encourage your guests to ask you questions about the business. And if they don't ask me questions, I'm tagging them, or I'm having the host tag them. We're getting it going. Or I'll call out on my host. I'll say, all right, Susie host, why don't you get us started with the first question. Tell us something you would love to know about the business side of Pampered Chef. And get her started, and then have her tag a friend. But you need to drive those questions, because most people, even if they're really wanting to know more, are too shy to speak up and put it out there in front of everybody else. So you kind of have to drive that to get them in there. But I guarantee you, other people have the same questions and are looking at those answers and thinking about it once you get those going. So just make sure you do whatever you have to do to get questions going on that particular post about the business. Okay, Donna, are you back? I'm looking for my Donna because she can just share this service better than me.
I am back.
Oh, yay. Okay, so I'm just
so
talking
back.
about the opportunity and ask the post that asks questions. I was kind of trying to go off your script a little bit here.
Well, thank you. You know, I guess when you live out here in the mountain boonies, the electricity doesn't like this. Okay, well, thank you, Cindy, for touching base on product comments, questions, and figuring out how to get those, engaged, those guests engaged. The next thing I wanted to talk about is what I like to call playful interacting. And this is a great way to get.
We went through that, Donna. I went through that, and I just used your little outline here.
Yeah?
So I went through
you already
that.
went through that?
Yeah, I went because I told him I said I loved your terminology, playful
good.
interacting, and I went through number 5, which was the opportunity question post.
Awesome,
So
great.
you need to pick up right below that with the little thing about the booking slides.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so yeah, the next way to interact with your guests is through, there are going to be booking slides. I don't know if you've noticed, but on a lot of the outlines, one day you'll have a post that'll be about recruiting. The next day there'll be a post about booking a show. So we kind of alternate them back and forth so that people don't get like bombarded with everything all in one day. But one thing I want to say is people will rarely comment when they see a booking post about, hey, I want to book a show. You will rarely get someone that will come out and say that. When you do, you're like, woohoo. But throughout the course of the party, as people ask questions, I send them friend requests. So if someone is playing heavily in the party and they're playing the games and you're talking about, oh, I love my garlic press and this and that, I send that person a friend request pronto. If someone places an order, I send them a friend request. And the reason why I'm doing this is because as the party is rolling out, I will have the capability then to be able to send them a personal message and they can see it much easier. If you were not friends with someone on Facebook, you don't see your message pop up like you do if it was someone that you're a friend with. You'll see what's called a message request. That someone is they're requesting to talk with you. And if they're on their phone, they normally will not even see that notification. So that's why I always friend request people.
I'm gonna look it up right now, too. That's the worst word shit ever.
Someone
Okay, we've got the background here.
If you're not on mute, if you could please mute your computer or your phone, that would be great. It's in the bottom left-hand corner. Thank you. So then in my message, I like to, talk to them. So I'll say something like, let's say someone places an order, I'll go send them a message and I'll say something like, hey, Susie, thanks so much for shopping with us. Or maybe they've just been partying with me a lot. They're playing the games, they're asking questions. So I might say, hey, thanks so much for partying with me at Karen's party. I hope you've had fun. I would love to party with you and your friends again. So for the month of July, I'm sorry, I'm just like, my day has been blown. I'm like out of track now. So basically what I do, I'm going to get off my script and just tell you. I always ask them personally, one-on-one in the message, if they would like to host a party. And I don't normally come out and say, do you want to host a party? I'll say something like, I'd love to party with you and your friends in the month of July. You've been so much fun and you played all the games. Let's do it again. And I always let them know what that host special is for that month. Because I can try and entice them that way. And then one other thing that I do is I always let them know is, hey, if you book a party with me for next month, your friend, Karen, she's going to be able to come shop at your party for 50% off, and she's so excited about that. I know she will love it. Because then you're kind of getting their mind thinking, oh, well, I want to do this to help Karen, because they don't know us. They don't really care about helping us most of the time, but they will do something to help their friend. So that's why I'm always sure that when I'm contacting people that I let them know that. So, just I encourage you to do that, because if you're sitting here and you're waiting for someone to comment on your party post saying that they want to book your party, you're probably not ever going to get any bookings. You really have to engage with those people one-on-one, because, and it may not even be that they don't want to host a party. It may be that maybe they didn't see the post, or maybe they're shy and they think, well, I don't want my friend so-and-so to know that I'm thinking about wanting to do this. You know, there's a lot of different reasons why people won't speak up in an open group like that. A lot of people just feel vulnerable speaking up in a group like that. So by taking it off of the party page format and conversing with them one-on-one, I'm able to make them feel more comfortable and just really connect with them more. Lots of times I get a no thanks, so, you know, I'm not really interested in it, but most people will say, but check back with me. And then a lot of times I get the yes. So, you know, don't be afraid to add those people as friends and make that connection with them in a personal message. And two, it's just good business practice if they're partying with you and they're shopping with you, for you to, you know, genuinely thank them for that. You know, they're investing their time to try and help their friend have a good time. So I think it's always nice to thank them of that as well. But I keep it.
Interject something, if you don't mind. What
Nope.
Donna just talked about, the friending and reaching out through private message to these active guests, or the people that order, or the people that were very playful in the party, that's the number one thing that I can tell you to do to increase your bookings. The number one thing. It will blow your mind at the bookings that you will start getting when you start doing this. I can promise you. I just wanted to reiterate that, Donna.
No, and it's so true, because, you know, I talk to a lot of consultants and I have several on my team, and then I have a lot of friends, and they'll be like, oh, I'm having a really hard time getting bookings. And I'll be like, oh, well, are you asking people in the party? Oh, yeah, the booking slide, No, you've actually got to go and ask them, you know, because they just don't speak up normally. So, you know, so I just encourage people, you know, to communicate like you would with your friends. Don't worry about trying to be flashy or focus on the right thing to say, or if it's going to sound dumb. Just send them a message and just tell them you appreciate them, and ask them if they'd like to do it again with you the next month. Cindy, did you want to talk a little bit about the Google survey form right now?
I can talk for a minute, but the biggest thing, because we're kind of getting short on time, and you've got some other good things to share, but don't skip this.
Okay.
Make sure you take the time to create your own Google form. It's not hard to do. It seems overwhelming when you first look at it, because I first looked at it and thought, I'll never figure this out. It is not hard, but this is critical. And here's what I will tell you about the Google form. You must do it. You must encourage people over and over again throughout the party. You know, bring that post back up and encourage people to do it. Thank the people that did. Give them a lot of tickets. But then you look at it, and here's two things I want to share. Don't believe anything they say on there, okay? Because a lot of people that check no, they're not interested in information or booking a party, end up booking a party when I private message them. Okay, so you can't exclude the people that put no. But what I have noticed happens is there's those people that check yes, I want to have a party on that survey slip, that never spoke up in the party. I didn't even notice them in the party. So it's not somebody that I would have naturally friend requested and then reached out to privately, because I didn't even notice them. Maybe they didn't order, maybe they didn't play the games, they were just quiet. But they were watching what was going on, and it's in that survey slip where they tell me yes. So I would have totally missed those people altogether. So don't believe the no's, but you'll find those occasional people that check yes that you would have missed.
And if you don't know how to make your Google form, on the Sparling page, in the pinned post at the top of the page, there is a link to like a 4-minute video that walks you through how to create it. And it's very, very simple. Very simple. So, and then if that doesn't do it for you, you know, reach out to someone on the Sparling page and just say, hey, I'm having difficulty with this. Can someone give me some guidance?
But it needs to be your own link. You can't use somebody else's, or they're going to get your leads. So you have to create your own in this case.
That's correct. That is so correct. Okay, I know we're running low on time, so I'm just going to quickly go through some of these. thank yous, again, I talked about how you do need to reach out personally and thank people, but I also like to post a graphic in the party. You can go Google thank you and pull up all the images, and there's tons of beautiful ones out there. And I always thank them in the party so everyone knows that people are shopping and there's activity. And so I always say something like, thank you, Susie, for your purchase and helping Karen earn free and half-price products. Your credit card will not be charged until the party closes, so if you need to add anything on or make any changes, please let me know. This lets them know that they can continue to shop. And I used to always just put something like, thanks for your purchase, blah, blah, blah. And then I went in and I was talking to Elena Crawford, who is great consultant and very successful, and I saw that she did this, and I was like, I'm going to try that. And once I started putting that your credit card will not be charged until the party closes, I get more people messaging me and tagging me in parties now saying, hey, can you add that quick slice onto my order for me? Or, hey, can you add the garlic press? So be sure and put that in there, because people will be like, oh, okay. Lots of times they think that if they've already ordered, they in their mind is thinking the order is gone, it's been submitted, and I can't change anything on it. They don't realize that we still have the capability of being able to add and change their order around. Okay, the next section is on orders needed. I think you definitely need to keep an eye on your party sales and communicate this information with your host. Encourage your host to always get outside orders and for them to contact friends and family either through email or Facebook messaging, or don't forget they've gotten that catalog and some order forms when you send out your host packet, so they can take that to work and get some outside orders as well. You want to let your host know that if they're getting close to another level of benefits, like if they're $56 away from the next level of benefits. So I always like to message my host and let them know where they are. And then I always post a post in the party as well to let the party peeps know. So I have lots of cute graphics. They're out there everywhere. And I'll tag one of those on there, and then I'll put something like, hey, Cindy's just $56 away from the next level of host benefits. Be sure to place your order today. And I add the party link on there because, again, you want to make it easy for people to shop. And if people have to scroll through 3 days worth of party posts, they're not going to order. So you need to keep that somewhere front and center every day, that party link. So, and lots of times I post lots of those throughout the party. It helps to increase sales, and that's what you want for your host. I know a lot of people struggle with this because they don't want to appear pushy, but you need to think about it again this way. Your host hired you to help facilitate the party and help her earn free and half-price products. If you really skip over this part because you're afraid of coming off pushy, you're not doing your job, because you're not going to help that host who has so much invested and has invited her friends and family to this event to be able to get that free product. And that's truly a disservice, because that's why they're doing the party. They want stuff for free. So you need to make sure that you're doing everything that you can to make her party fun and successful. So that includes increasing sales. That's also going to help your host be more interested in the opportunity and the business, because if their party is a success, they're going to be more apt to want to know more about it, than if it didn't qualify. Because then lots of times you deal with the fact of if their party doesn't qualify, maybe they were sitting on the fence wondering whether or not they were interested in the business, then in their mind, they're thinking, oh, well, I'm not very good at this. I can't do a good job. I couldn't even get my own party up to 200. And it probably doesn't have anything to do with the host, maybe just the fact that she's got crummy friends that didn't purchase, So if you can help, change that for her, you can really help open up that door of opportunity when it comes to recruiting with your host. So closing is wrapping it up. Closing your party is a great time, again, to reach out to guests and book a party. I always like to post how much in free product the host has received and how many half-price items. If the party did not qualify, I obviously do not go in there and say, hey, Shannon's party didn't qualify. I just kind of thanks for partying, and I ride on off into the sunset. But if they did qualify, you know, I want to celebrate that, and I want to let people know what she got. Lots of times, I extend all my parties. So I run my party Monday through Sunday, and I don't normally cut it off until Tuesday night. I'll extend it Sunday night into Monday, and then normally into Monday, I'll extend it on into Tuesday. And then unless my host comes to me and says, hey, Susie doesn't get paid till Friday, can we keep it open till then? Then I'll keep it open. And if I keep it open, you can make darn sure that I'm going to go communicate that in the party and say, hey, we're going to keep this open until Friday, you know, payday fun day kind of thing. So, and I'll do that. So don't be afraid to extend those party dates. Remember that this is your business. No one runs this business but you. And the party outlines, they are merely just that. They are outlines, and you can tweak and you can change to your heart's content. And you need to really make this your own, because when you make it your own is going to be when you're really going to start excelling at it. You know, instead of just following everything to the T because you think that's the way you're supposed to do it. It's your business. So if you want to extend it and you think you can get some more orders, then girl, you do that. You know, so, but I always, when I'm closing the party, I always call every one of my hosts. I do not close parties virtually. So I always make a phone call, or I'll send a message to my host asking them, can I, you know, give you a call tonight and go over your order? And I do this for two reasons. One, I want to talk to that host about the business opportunity. There's no better time than when you're wrapping up the party just to kind of refill her back out, or him, and see how they feel. Number two, I want to go through and double check all the orders and make sure everything is being shipped to the right location. And there's no one better to do that with than to the host, because it will only take you one time of having little Nancy Walker not put their mailing address in and have something shipped to the host, and your host lives in Texas and Nancy Walker lives in upstate New York, and you realize you have a problem you have to fix, you will start going back in and just confirming those, you know, those addresses. But then again, too, you're going to get to talk to your host again and ask them, did they have a good time? Did they ever think throughout the party that it was something they felt like they could do? You know, and just kind of fill them out that way and see what it's like. And I'm really going to, and you hear this all the time, don't prejudge. Don't prejudge whether or not you think someone is going to want to sign up to be a consultant. And I've been doing this 2 years now, and gosh darn it, today I closed a party, and I prejudged the host, and I was like, I know she's not going to be interested. She does this and has all this stuff going on. My host said, I think I want to become a consultant, and I about flipped out of my chair. So, you know, we can say it till we're blue in the face, but really don't prejudge anyone, because you just never know. People want to join the business for different reasons. It's not always money. It's not always free product. It can be a whole slew of other reasons. So the last thing I want to talk about, and then we will wrap it up, is live videos. If you're not doing live videos in your party, or if the mere thought of doing a live video in your party makes you feel like you're going to have cardiac arrest, I'm just telling you guys, get over it and have some fun. Go on to Amazon. If someone has some background noise, if they could put their phone on mute, that would be awesome. But go on to Amazon. You can get a tripod for your phone for like 10 or 12 bucks. And or if you don't want to do that and you have a kid in the house, put that kid to work for you and make them come film for you like I do. And go. If you're cooking dinner one night, just go on for like 3 or 4 minutes and maybe show some of the products that you're using. You can just demo a garlic press or the quick slice, or talk about your rock crock, or maybe you have the rock crock slow cooker stand and it's been cooking all day. You can come on live and show them that. You don't even have to put it on yourself. You can show them the product and talk about it, and they can see, you know, live like they were in your kitchen what it looks like. And the nice thing about it is if you go live, you have like a personal group page for your business. You can go on that group page and film from that group page, and then you can post it and you can share it repeatedly in all your different virtual party groups. So you can access that video at any time. It'll always be out there under your videos. And then you can go back and reshare it. You can have a party 2 months later and go reshare that video of your rock crock and your slow cooker stand. And people love that. I had one host that I closed out, and she flat out told me, she goes, you know what the very favorite part of my party was? And I said, what? And she said, when you would come on live. And I was like, oh, girl, I'm such a hot mess. And she's like, I know. That's why I loved watching it. So don't feel like you have to be like, you have to look a certain way, or your makeup has to be on, or you have to say certain things. People like just seeing real people use the products. They don't care what you look like, and they don't really care what you say. They just want to see the products and see someone like them that they can identify with. A mom, a wife, a grandmother, someone that they can identify with, a husband, you know, that likes to cook. I don't know how many of y'all got those, but just in case, you know, but using the products, and that makes them connect with that. So, you know, and if something crazy happens during that video, all the better. Then everybody will watch it. So you can see there's lots of opportunities for you guys to engage with your host and your guests. And, you know, my thing is, I just think you should be fearless and become successful, because the only person holding you back is truly you.
All right, thank you, Donna. You are so fabulous. Thank you so much.
And I'm so sorry my electricity kept going off and derailed me, but
I know it's storming pouring right now too, so I hope we don't lose you. So I want to just do some quick closing thoughts with you guys, and then Donna and I will stay on for Q&A for those of you that do have questions. But for those that need to scoot, so here's what I kind of want to leave you with. Even though we live in this mostly virtual world now, well, the electronic world, the virtual world, people still want relationships. And they still have that basic need to interact with other people. So, you know, you heard Donna use this word several times. Relationship building is still key in our business. Even if you're running a virtual business, it's all about those relationships that you are building. So think about this. Are you building relationships in your virtual parties, or are you just posting and praying? Okay, that word came up again. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So you've got to show your host and your guests that you care about them, that you genuinely care. You can't just be posting and silent. They need to see from you, and they need to sense that you care about them. So it's important that you're present, you're lively, you're engaging, and you're showing that you care in your virtual parties. Because people buy from people we've all heard that before. People buy from people they like. And I'm going to take it a step further and tell you that people book and sign up under people they trust. So they need to like you, and they need to trust you. And you earn that by building relationships. That's how you earn that. So that's really the key to having these super successful parties, is building that relationship and interaction with your guests. So guys, thank you so much for joining us. We're super excited you're here. So I don't know, maybe I can't figure out how to tell where the tunnel noise is coming from, but if you have questions.
That's thunder at my house.
Oh, that's thunder at your house, Donna. It's Donna's house that the tunnel's coming from.
I'll put myself on mute.
No, you need to help answer questions. So if you have a question, we'll hang here for a few minutes, unmute yourself, and ask away. And everybody, lower left corner, just, you know, you can hit that mute microphone and it'll unmute you. They don't have any questions, Donna. We must have told them everything they could have ever wanted to know. No questions for us tonight?
Can you say one more time about your Google link, where to go for that?
Yes, Shannon. If you go on the Sparling page in the pinned post, it'll be there. Let me just double check.
Well, I know. I just looked for this for someone else yesterday.
Okay.
I know it's in the Virtual Party 101 training. It's down toward the very bottom of that training. There is a link to a video that walks you through exactly how to create this Google survey. I'm not sure, Donna, if it's there as a separate link, but it is in that Virtual Party 101 training for sure.
Okay.
We can post it as a follow-up.
Shannon, on our team page, the Dazzling Diamonds, if you look in that pinned post, it is there, and it says how to create a virtual drawing slip, I believe. But yes, I'm happy to go in there. I'm going to post my wording for my thank you card that I sent, and I will also repost that link on the virtual, on the Google drawing slip.
That'd be good, Donna, because then everybody will have it.
Yes.
Okay.
Cindy,
Uh-huh.
I was kicked out for a little bit, so I'm wondering, you are recording. Is there any way we can see
Yes.
what I missed?
Yes, I will post the recording. It takes a little while to upload it. So, you know, it may be later tonight or in the morning when I post the recording because you have to upload it and it takes a while. But I will post it. So anybody that couldn't be on here or had to miss parts can watch that. Is it storming in your neighborhood too?
No, I don't understand. It's
Oh,
just
okay.
bam.
All right. Anybody else?
I have a question.
Okay.
She said she promotes extending your parties to the end. When you extend your party, do you actually post stuff throughout that whole extension, or do you just kind of leave it hanging?
Well, I don't post additional product posts, but every day I do go in there and post. If well, first of all, if someone orders during that extension, I post a thank you for that. And then second of all, I do always post one of those, you know, help your host, you know, get to the next level kind of post, some of the graphics that we have, you know, and I post how far away she is from the next level and the party link. So I'll put something like, don't forget our party is still open through Tuesday night at midnight. Be sure and get your order in at blah, 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 blah link. So.
And I close all my parties. Well, I do the prize drawing on Sunday night, and they've been given that as their deadline to order throughout that week. So I go in at 8 o'clock on Monday morning, and I post, oops, you didn't get your order in? Because there's always somebody that wasn't available or forgot or they weren't online that day or whatever. So I always post that first thing Monday morning that we will keep the party link open throughout the day for any stragglers out there that just couldn't get it done. And I almost always get 1 to 2 more orders. But in addition to me posting that, I send a message to my host and I say, I'm going to be posting this. You need to message and reach out to all the people you were expecting to order who have not ordered. So I'm eliciting her help in doing this because her friends are much more likely to get that message from her than to see my post. Anything else?
I have a question. Yeah, I have one.
Okay, go ahead.
Can you turn your party page? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, you're kind of, go ahead. Uh-oh, I think she's frozen. I think you froze.
Well, it's storming out here in Princeton.
Yeah, it looks like that must be Jenny. Oh, there you are.
Yes, I'll get with Donna offline.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I was just wondering, can you turn your party page into your personal business page, or do you have to start a whole new page and re-invite everybody?
Hey, Jenny, on my very first party that I did like as a grand opening like you did, I took that and changed that into my VIP party group. So you can totally do that.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can just go in there and
all
edit.
right, well, we'll get off. We'll get together off.
Yeah, because you're breaking up again.
And I did it totally different. When I had done parties probably before I even set it up. So I just set it up, and in my parties, I have a post that says, you know, earn 50 tickets by asking to join my VIP group. And so I'm adding new members to that for every single party.
Great.
Anybody else? Well, thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. Thank you, Donna Cooper. Fabulous Donna Cooper for sharing all this information.
Yeah.
So you guys feel ready to go, like just really maximize those virtual parties now? Did you pick up some tips that will be helpful?
Yes.
Good, good, good. All right, well, make it a great month. We're super excited about the double free option. So obviously, make sure you're coaching all of those hosts to the $650 level this month. Because how cool is that? Double free plus a Rock Rocket 60% off. So let's make it a fabulous month, everybody.
Yay.
Thanks. Good night.
Night.